Anger can be a very strong and sometimes scary emotion, and it's usually uncomfortable when someone directs their anger at us, and it's especially uncomfortable when the person who's angry is someone we are trying to help. Has one of your life coaching clients been angry with you? And if and when this happens, what's the best way to deal with it? Hi, I'm Mary Morrissey, author of 2 best-selling books, No Less Than Greatness and Building Your Field of Dreams, which became a PBS special. I'm also the founder of Life Mastery Institute, the world's premier training and certification center for heart-centered transformational life coaching. Now, as you encourage your life coaching clients to stretch beyond their comfort zone, stretch beyond the current limits or limitations of what they've known how to be and attain what they want to attain, you're going to encourage them to be stepping outside that comfort zone. And when they get outside the comfort zone, there's a feeling of insecurity, there's a feeling of not knowing, and sometimes a client who gets uncomfortable responds to that feeling of uncomfortableness by directing anger at you. Now, we don't know for sure what happens in that moment. It could be a past wound has been triggered and they're reacting to that. It may be that they turn their feelings of fear, doubt, and worry into anger and then project that at you. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen occasionally. Now, if you have a client who is angry at you, it's important to handle that situation in a way that restores your trust and connection with that person so that you're a safe place for them to work out what's going on inside them. And this can be the difference between really helping them continue to grow and evolve and keeping them as a client and helping them build the life of their dreams or losing them forever. A common mistake when dealing with someone who is angry, whether they're a life coaching client, a family member, a friend, a work colleague, common mistake is that we become defensive. We go, wait a minute, I didn't do that, I didn't mean that. And when someone is accusing you of something, especially when deep down you think it's unjustified, this feels like an attack, and you naturally want to defend yourself. But when you become defensive, you're communicating 3 things. Number 1, you're more focused on yourself than hearing them out. Number 2, you don't really care enough to hear them out. You just want them to stop talking. You want them to stop blaming you. And number 3, you don't believe that their anger is legitimate. They feel shut down by means of that. So here's how to help an angry client and turn that anger into an opportunity to create a closer connection, whether it's a client or someone else you know. First of all, start here. Start by thanking them for their honesty. Acknowledge that they're angry. Acknowledge that it's not always easy to tell someone else when you're angry with them, and that you appreciate the risk that it took for them to tell you that they're angry. And then you can simply say, if there's anything I've done or said that I'm not aware of, I want to know about that, so tell me about it. Now, this may feel like an admission of guilt, but you're asking them to tell you about it is not an admission of guilt. You're giving the other person space to feel their emotion, space to actually recognize that you're a safe place for them to talk about something that's scaring them or hurting them. And it actually communicates that you care. Now, if you believe their anger is based on a misunderstanding, for example, you could say, thank you for telling me this. Thank you, I appreciate you telling me this. I can see how what I did or said could have actually come across that way. But it wasn't my intention, and I'm sorry. And I think we have a basic misunderstanding here. Next, ask them. And while we're talking about this, is there anything else I've said or done, or anything else that you had wanted me to say or do that I haven't, that's bothered you? Opening yourself up to their honesty, which may feel like criticism, it takes internal strength. But it will help the 2 of you build a strong bridge of connection, which is important in the coaching relationship. One of the 3 most powerful words that you can use when someone's angry with you is tell me more, and let them tell you all the things that are going on inside themselves. When you feel that energy coming at you, imagine it's just going past you. Some of it, there will be a grain of truth in, and you'll go, you know what, I can see why they would think or feel that. Others of it, it won't feel like it belongs to you at all. But just the very act of being someone who will allow someone to tell you what they're really thinking and what they're really feeling, whether it's justified or not, builds a bridge of connection, and that connection is essential for a solid and life-giving and ongoing life coaching relationship. So remember, when someone's coming at you with anger, and it feels like it's not justified, and you go, where is this coming from? Notice, just cause yourself to remember something inside of them has been triggered. It may have nothing to do with you. it may have nothing to do with you. So rather than thinking of what they're doing as attacks, think of this as a person who's entrusting you with their deep and vulnerable wounds. They're entrusting you with what's going on in their inner world. And yes, they're projecting it at you. You want to be curious about what's really going on for them. Great life coaches turn attack into curiosity. This person is revealing where they've been hurt. And that knowledge is going to help you help them in a way that a no less informed coach could ever do. So the 3 magic words, tell me more. And that will allow them to even tell you more, because you want to have an opportunity to avoid a repeat of the problem. So for example, after there's been the proper listening and the connection reestablished, you say, in order for me to fully support you as your coach, when I notice that you're engaging in certain thoughts or actions that actually I can see are holding you back from the life you want, it's my job to let you know. So when I see something in your life that isn't serving you, what way would you like for me to bring it to your attention that would actually be helpful for you? How can I help you in a way that you would like to be helped? Now, your client doesn't see you as an enemy. Instead, you're working together to fulfill a common goal. And of course, that's what you want as a life coach. So I just want to say, you haven't been in the life coaching business very long if you haven't had an angry client. And in fact, you're not actually helping someone stretch past their boundaries if now and then somebody doesn't react to something that's going on in their transformational program. But you, as a life coach who continues to bring transformation to yourself, someone who has built a strong connection to a center inside yourself so that things can come around you without getting in you. You can allow someone to have their process without letting that process have you. If you enjoyed watching this video, then I encourage you, go ahead and share it now. I think it can be helpful to lots of people. And also, what's one of the biggest insights that you gained from watching this video? Or what's your experience been when it comes to dealing with a life coaching client that may have felt triggered or angry with you? Go ahead and share your thoughts here in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.